Well, if you are looking to escape this Florida heat, Terry Ward is here with some Cool-Cations. Good to have you back.
Great to be back, Elsie.
I think we're all trying to get out of this.
I know, right?
It's here, though, for a while.
It is.
But when we're talking about places that are cooler, how much cooler, though, are we actually talking about?
Right. I mean, I think even just getting 10 to 20 degrees lower than here.
Would be nice.
70s during the day is so refreshing. You step out of the plane someplace like Vancouver or Seattle, and it's instant relief.
Yeah, yeah. And then it gets cool at night. Here, it's not even getting that kind of relief.
Exactly.
So we're going to start with Wind River County. Where's this?
So it's actually Wind River Country,
okay.
they call
yes.
it. And it's
I read it wrong.
It's in west central Wyoming. So it's kind of between Jackson and Casper in Wyoming. And this is a really fascinating part of the state. A little easier on a budget, too, than a place like Jackson.
Yeah.
And you can cool off at Poposia Falls, what you're looking at here. It's this granite, smooth rock. You slide down. There's also rafting, as you see. There's fly fishing. Yeah, so everything you see can base in Du Bois or Lander. These are real authentic Western towns,
It looks gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
And like you said, something a little different if you're thinking about
and Native
Wyoming.
American culture, too. It's home to Wyoming's only Native American reservation.
Very cool.
So, fascinating place.
It's gorgeous. Okay, Vancouver Island and then Parksville.
Sure. So I just went to Vancouver Island after an Alaska cruise with my family. Decided to tack on some extra time there. And it's a seaplane flight or a ferry from downtown Vancouver, right near the cruise port. Brings you to Nanaimo on the east coast of Vancouver Island. And this Parksville was an amazing place to base. We stayed at Tainamara Resort, which was on this beach that goes incredibly far out at low tide. I've never seen it. You don't think of Canada, the beaches, but this Vancouver Island is the warmest place in Canada and really beautiful. And then Campbell River is another destination there that I live north. So we did a little road trip from Parksville to Campbell River. And Campbell River has a lot of the First Nations culture as well as whale watching. You can go grizzly watching and a lot cooler. We're talking 70s during the day, really cooling off at night, sit around a bonfire.
That's the perfect place to be in the summer. It's so very nice during the day and then it cools off at night.
Yeah,
and this looks
there's
gorgeous.
the whale watching. Yeah, we saw them.
You did?
We went out with Homalco Cultural Tours, the First Nations.
Did you see a grizzly?
Yeah, we didn't see grizzlies, but they do grizzly tours a little further north on the coast of British Columbia.
That is cool.
They can do it all.
Yeah, very neat. All right, then we need to talk about Newfoundland.
Another Canadian destination.
Yeah.
Now, this is Canada's easternmost province, is Newfoundland and Labrador. And Backroads is a tour operator that runs walking and hiking tours there. They're 5 nights, 6 days, and they go between destinations from St. John. The coast is really rugged and beautiful. These are fishing villages, amazing fresh seafood every night. And they can also get you in on this Backroads tour to Fogo Island Inn, which is like one of the most coveted resorts in all of Canada. Just a gorgeous place on the coast there in Newfoundland. So if you're looking for a hiking, walking tour, everyone to kind of take advantage of it. 15 to 20 people max. Really cool way to see Newfoundland.
I think you probably think about that place for like a winter destination.
Right.
And then, but to see it like that in the summer.
And it's got British and Irish Heritage. So it's really interesting cultural mix there too.
Yeah, very neat. Got to check that out. All right, Alaska. This is interesting place to go. You know, it seems very far, but beautiful. We actually went there on our honeymoon.
Did you really? That's
amazing.
Yes,
we did Anchorage, and then we would go. It's very big, as we know, so you can't get a lot of places.
Right.
But Anchorage, we did dog sledding, and we did. We went to a resort and saw people skiing and things like that. So
there's so much you can do from Anchorage. And like you said, Alaska's huge, just twice the size of Texas.
Right.
So in Anchorage, which is the biggest city, not the capital, that's in Juneau, there's more than 250 miles of trails for hiking and biking and just kind of everything there. So anything you want to do in the wilderness, you can kind of day trip it from Anchorage and get the real Alaska experience, like you mentioned, glaciers, dog sledding. Yeah. Something really cool to do there is to take a day trip to Brooks Falls. Now, this is famous for grizzly bear watching, which everyone wants to watch them from a distance,
yes,
right?
from far away. Yeah, of course.
So if you take a day trip, fly from Anchorage to Katmai National Park, that's where you're going to see the grizzly bears feeding on salmon in the river. During July, August, you're looking at peak season there for that.
We were in the winter, so it was much, much colder if you want to go a destination. We did the whale watching. We didn't see any whales, but we did see the calving of a glacier, which was wild to see that. Yeah.
Amazing to see that. And Katmai National Park, southeastern Alaska, really rugged, home to the largest population of Alaska coastal brown bears. So.
And you did see some brown bears when you were just there.
I saw black bear.
Black bear. Yeah. I keep getting all these bears confused.
But brown bears are grizzlies.
Okay.
So
yes.
I didn't really want to see those but at this place you can see them from a boardwalk. Safe distance.
So that's safe distance from there. And that national park, again, that's an easier way. Do you get there from Anchorage as well?
Yes,
or you
so
from
you can
somewhere
fly.
else?
It's a 2-hour scenic flight during which you might spot beluga whales, moose, Dall's sheep, and then when you get there, they call it Bearapalooza. It's actually absolutely insane. And to see them catching salmon like that, filling up on sockeye before the winter hibernation is just one of the most amazing things you can see in nature, actually.
Yeah, and like you said, they're paying attention to the salmon. They don't care that you're there watching them.
Oh, they don't care, yeah. It's amazing.
Oh, beautiful. All right, and then we're going to end with Denmark. This is an interesting one that you wouldn't think about visiting probably in the summertime.
Right. I like to surprise you guys.
So, I love that.
Most people think of Europe, thinking of the Riviera, the Mediterranean. That's what comes to mind. Now, Denmark has its own Riviera. It's called the Danish Riviera, and it's about an hour north of Copenhagen. To get there, 40 miles of white sand beaches.
Look at that.
Historic inns. Look at those dunes.
It's
beautiful. It's really bike friendly. It's a very cycling friendly country, Denmark. So I can't pronounce towns, but it's something like Tisvilde. I'm doing my best with these. And Hornbæk, and these beautiful, fisherman cabins, and really just go for the seafood, the surf lifestyle, and something totally different, way cooler.
Yes, it looks beautiful and not too bad to get there, right?
No.
The trip isn't too bad.
No. You can, fly it's one hop to Copenhagen from Tampa.
Perfect. It's great. If people want to follow along and watch all the places that you get to travel, how can we do that?
Sure, go to Instagram. I post everything there on @TerryWardWriter.
Yeah, go check it out. She goes to some really awesome places. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much, Allison.
Good to see you.